So these are our new squat racks, the things that can come out to the stations here in the next week. I'm going to talk very quickly about the squat racks, just a brief setup. There's more to follow to come. So first thing will be the actual pull-up bars. You have a normal handle one and a fat one. We also have bands to assist with those. For where the bar will be placed, these are called J hooks. You slide in and out of any of these given holes. For setting up for a squat measurement, the best thing to obviously do is go based on where your shoulder is. Find the nearest corresponding hole. You slide it in, and it locks into place. This way, so that way you don't load the bar's not too heavy, and then you try to have to move these if you're not in the right position. Squatting will have to actually be inside of the rack, set up with safety pins. The safety pins are a two-part system. So insert where you feel you need to go for your actual depth, so that way it saves you. Slide the outside bar in, and it'll adjust to the corresponding hole in the back of the squat rack, and you have your automatic safety. These are mandatory for use for squatting and bench pressing at all times. You'll set this to your corresponding height for your squat, and you'll also set it to its corresponding height lower for where your bench press, so that way the bar will stop before it gets too close to your chest. On the bottom, you're going to find 4 band pegs. These can either go on the bottom of the squat rack, they can also slide into the top of the squat rack. These are used for additional resistance with the bar itself, where you can honestly wrap the band attached to the bar. You can also use these for stretching. So if you need to stretch out your shoulders, this gives you an ability to attach this to. You can stretch your shoulders out. You can stretch your back out that way. So there are 4 of these. Right now they're just going to stay in the bottom. Have them facing, pointing away from the inside. The bands also, the biggest thing with the bands is for pull-up assistance. You can pick either the fatter bar or the skinny bar. You're able then to loop the band around, secure it upon itself, and then you can use this to actually assist you in pulling up. Stretch the band down, loop it over your foot. This will add to a decreased resistance as you are doing pull-ups. So if you have a hard time doing pull-ups, you add a band. The band's going corresponding from the lightest would be the red to the blue. The heaviest band would be the green. You can add additional bands on there, and this will make doing pull-ups easier to help build your strength up until you can do it without the band's assistance. We have a 45-pound barbell. That will sit inside of the rack. The clips are on either side. So then it's a simple depression of the red button once they're locked in place to open those up. Slide them over after the weight's on. These are also mandatory. Will have to be used whenever you have weight on the bar, and then you lock them in place.
All right, today we're going to be going over the rower. This is how it's going to be set up whenever you come to the room. This is the proper storage. So as you get in here, lock the one end, you lower it down. The way you should find it stored is the handle is going to be retracted all the way in, and the power module is going to be pushed back. You're going to bring that forward. You don't need to really worry about turning that on right away. You're going to pull this out and put it in its seat. Starting from the anatomy of the rower itself, this is going to be called the flywheel. This is the seat, this is the power module, this is the handle, and this is the track. So what we've done to put this in service is we've looped the chain and the track to help with wear and tear and make sure that it moves freely. So what we're going to do is sit down first. You're going to have to measure your feet. Once you do it the first time, you won't have an issue following times. I know that I'm a 3 on here, but these move through pinholes. So if you happen to be a 5, you'd pull up on this and you'd work it down and put it in the 5. Correspondingly, if you're a 1 or a 2, you'd do it the same way. So I know that I'm a 3. These should be nice and loose. I'm going to put my feet in. And I'm going to tighten both straps down so you don't come out of the seat and hurt yourself. You're going to hit menu on the power display. It's going to ask for a setup, and this will already be set up. So once you turn the power module on and you have your feet strapped in, you're going to go in and you're going to have a couple different options. In the beginning, you can hit just row, which will be your top option. And this is going to give you the ability just to begin rowing. It also, if you were to put it down, sit in the seat, tighten your feet down, and just begin pulling on the handle, it would achieve the same result. So whenever you're doing this, you're going to want to just do basic technique. You're going to hold on with double overhand grip on the handle itself. You're going to pull back on the rower, pull the handle to your chest, and let it retract in. And you just repeat this movement. Get with one of the 3 Pure Fitness trainers to go over specific technique and movement patterns, but this will get you going in the beginning. So to adjust the flywheel itself, you have a damper. It's going to be 10 through 1. 10 being the most air resistance and 1 being the least air resistance. So in the beginning, I would tell you to go down low on the damper just to get the feel. And as you get more and more confident and comfortable, you can move it all the way up to the 10, which is going to give you the most airflow resistance. There's going to be a couple different options on the actual power module itself. It goes from just row, select workout, games. You can go in and look at memory, and you have a couple more options, which allow you to set up Bluetooth and heart rate monitors and things of that nature. So I would advise you just start out with just row, but you can hit select workout, which is going to give you a couple different standard lists of workouts. You can play with it. You're not going to hurt any of this. Worst case scenario, if you get yourself deep into the power module and you want to go back out, just hit menu and that backs you out to the previous screen. So get on and play. If you have any questions, contact one of the Pure Fitness trainers by email or phone. So after you're done working out, kind of how we found it, we're going to want to do the same thing. This is going to need to be all the way forward. You're going to pull your handle and put it back in, and you're going to put the display module or the power module all the way down. You're going to come back to the back of the rower and stand it up on end. And this is how you should find it every single time you come in. This is how you should put it away. Thank you.